Today we'll be looking at emotional management because weight gain can occur when that fight, flight, freeze mechanism in your brain is triggered. Chemicals are flooded through your system, adrenaline and cortisol, which causes your body to store reserves in case you need to fight for your life or run for your life. And that increases your appetite, and usually for comfort foods. It also means that you can't sleep very well, and all of that contributes to weight gain. So today we're talking about being able to manage your stress more effectively, and also whether or you could be addicted to any particular emotions that aren't serving you.
That fight, flight and freeze mechanism that's going on in our brain was really designed for our survival. It was designed to help us find our lunch, to run for something that we were going to catch for lunch, or run away from something that wanted us for lunch. And that was all over potentially in a few minutes maybe. But now we're under prolonged times of stress where we have relationship breakdowns, or we're completely moving countries, or moving homes, we're buying homes, or perhaps we're going through restructures and potential redundancies at work. And those types of things can sometimes go on for ages. So it's about managing our stress more effectively. Are there things in our life that we can change? Or what strategies can we have in place to manage our stress? Our thoughts that we have today are the same thoughts that we had yesterday and the day before and the day before that. We are so habitual. And really, to get our neocortex working more effectively, we need to take the time to allow that quiet, to allow that time to really reflect. And one of the things I use to help me is meditation. And by meditating, it helps get your brain into a more creative place. It helps calm, even though it might not feel like it when you might have your eyes closed and your brain is just going non-stop. It really does help. So I would encourage you to try that out if you haven't already. And if you'd like a free audio that's 15 minutes long that goes through the process of how to meditate, just relaxing your body by tensing all your muscles, and then with your eyes closed, taking some deep breaths. Now, if that is something that interests you, then please let me know, and I'll be happy to forward you that audio that you can download. But it doesn't have to take 15 minutes. Once you do this for yourself, it can take just a few minutes to get into a more productive place for your brain.
So being able to manage your stress more effectively, I'd first of all ask you to have a look at your life. Is there anything that you should get rid of? Perhaps there's something that you've been meaning to do that needs to go on your to-do list. You need to schedule it in your calendar. Or perhaps there's a cluttered area of your home that just needs some help in decluttering. Perhaps there's some people that you need to remove from your life because they're toxic to you. Aim to eat healthy, nutritious meals as much as possible. Get the 7 to 8 hours sleep that you need. Take a break when you need to and get some physical activity. And when you notice that you are feeling stressed, then take the opportunity just to take some deep breaths. Now, deep breaths helps to calm that fight, flight, freeze mechanism that's going on in your body and allows more oxygen to your neocortex, which will help you to make better decisions.
I ask you to become aware of particular emotions that you might be regularly having. And if they are unhealthy emotions, then your cells may have become addicted to getting its fix of that. To give you a little example, a couple of years ago, I had a family member dying of cancer, and that was an extremely sad time for me, a huge emotional roller coaster. And I became addicted to sadness and guilt. I was going to survive and my family member was soon going to pass away. And I would do things like watch television for hours and eat chocolate, a whole king-size bar of chocolate I could polish off, and I would be amazed what happened to it. I'd only tasted the first couple of bites. Where did it go? I was putting myself into a place that I was trying to avoid for a few minutes by eating this chocolate. It was giving me some pleasure, but it really wasn't, because then I would get guilty that I'd eaten a whole king-size bar of chocolate. So I'm thinking about yourself and what sort of emotions regularly come up for you. If there are emotions such as happiness and joy and elation, fantastic. But if you're regularly getting emotions such as anger and stress coming up for you, then I'd ask you to analyze whether you've become addicted to that. Whether there might be situations that you are causing yourself to deliberately get into that. I'm sure you've all come across people that seem to fire up at the littlest thing, and that's absolutely an example of someone that's addicted to anger. So sometimes having that awareness for ourselves is a little bit harder, and just writing down each day, how you've been feeling can sometimes give you the opportunity to reflect on how have you been over the last week, what sort of emotions have regularly come up for you, and then you'll be able to see whether there are any patterns there. So just ask you to be more aware of your emotional state and whether your cells may have become addicted to an unhealthy emotion that it's now time to manage more effectively. So just taking that deep breaths, if you go and close your eyes, awesome, but you don't have to necessarily. Just take some deep breaths and take that opportunity to get your neocortex working, to get into a more reflective place, into a more creative place to help you in times when you're running in that fight, flight, and freeze survival mode, and it's really now time to move into a place of more calm where you can make better decisions for yourself.
Please share with us a learning that you've had today, and I look forward to chatting to you tomorrow. Have a great day.